Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another episode review. And this time around, it's going to be for Preacher, Season 1, Episode 1, Pilot. So yeah, since this is the first episode of the series, or season, whatever, let me go over the cast really fast. We have Dominic Cooper, Joseph Gallagher, Ruth Nega, Lucy Griffith, W. Earl Brown, Tom Brooke, and Antol Youssef, Ian Coletti, Derek Wilson, Jamie Ann Allman, Jackie Earl Haley, haven't seen him in a long time, Elizabeth Perkins, and Graham McTavish. And yeah, very fast. This is because I find this kind of cool. It's made by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg, so So yeah, I blinked out. I do not know why. Also, I didn't realize that they released episode 1 last week, and they're not gonna show episode 2 till next week. So that's interesting. They're having a break right off the bat. Whatever. Before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual. For those who have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already, stop the video, go check it out, and come back and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning as usual, starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the episode and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. Then if I give a fair warning, as usual, I did. So as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So basically, you have Dominic Cooper, and he portrays Jesse Custer, and he's this local preacher. He's a local preacher, and he has a past. Basically, his past is the fact that he was dating her. He had dated Tulip O'Hare, and they both used to do like crimes, like heist or whatever. I don't know very fast. I don't know much about the comic book series. If anything, so I know it's based on a comic, but I don't know anything about it. So if I get a few things wrong, please do correct me. But they used to do crimes and stuff. And it seems like the government was hot on their trails. And Jesse Custer kind of wanted to get away from that, so he kind of left all of that and decided to become a preacher, of all things. And he's a terrible preacher from what it seems. Like, he sucks at it. So, yeah, he's a suck-ass preacher. Good for him. And, yeah, so one day you have Cassidy, who's this Irish vampire and Custer's best friend, as well as Tulip O'Hare, who's the ex, and they both try to convince him to come back into the game, come back into this mythological heist game and whatever. And at the end of the episode, you have this entity, which we saw glimpses of throughout the episode. But we have this entity or a ghost who came from like space or the nether realm, and it basically controls Jesse Custer. Now we saw that this entity went to a few other locations. It went to a priest in Africa, a preacher in Africa, and his head exploded. We also see it go to a Russian satanic temple, and that guy's head exploded. And then we kind of see a quick glimpse, which was it was kind of offensive, but it was pretty funny at the same time. He goes to the Scientology department and fucking kills Tom Cruise. I'm like, what the fuck? Apparently that, according to Seth Rogen, that wasn't really a jab at Tom Cruise. They said that if you really like someone, then we're gonna make fun of them. So that was pretty funny. God damn it, kill off Tom Cruise. He's a great actor in my opinion. I like him. He's one of my favorite actors. So fuck. Bye bye Tom Cruise. Good thing he's not dead for real yet. Aside from the fact, and then at the end, it ends up controlling Preacher, Jesse Custer, and he lives. So we just, I guess, see what the future holds in store for him, as he's being controlled by this demon, as well as being swayed on what to do by his friend and ex. His best friend and his ex were two different characters, and yeah. Overall, again, I don't know much about the Preacher comic book. If anything, I know it's from Vertigo. That's it. It's a limited series, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was like 75 issues, give or take. But again, aside from that, I really don't know much about the Preacher comic book, and so let alone the TV series. So it was impressive. I will say that Dominic Cooper does a great job in the role of Jessica Stark. I mean, it was really impressive. I really did like the action they have in this episode. Cassidy the vampire, he was pretty cool. At first, I thought he was gonna be like an enemy to our main I guess preacher to Jessica. So I thought he was gonna be an enemy, but then we get an idea. Oh, they're actually friends. They know each other. That's pretty cool. The stuff with Tulip, she kind of adopts not really adopts, but she hides out at these two kids' home, and she basically teaches them how to make a bazooka. I'm like, what the fuck? So it's crazy. I'll go with that much. It's crazy, and it is gonna be a really, really weird show, I think, to say the least. So far I am on board, and hopefully the show turns out great. I liked it. I know it makes me want to read the comic book it's based off. How's about that? Um, and you can't really say that about too many shows. I mean, you could say that about The Walking Dead. Um, but aside from that, I can't really think of many TV shows that make you want to read a comic. And technically, Gotham, Arrow, and The Flash and Legends of Tomorrow don't technically count because Gotham you'd have to read like through 50 million versions of Batman. So, you have, pick your choice right there. Pick your poison. Same thing with Arrow. There's a lot of variations with Arrow, so pick your poison. Flash, pick your poison. And Legends of Tomorrow, I don't think there even is a comic book version of Legends of Tomorrow before this, so yeah, again, I mean you can, but it's stuff. And Supergirl, I didn't really want to read anything about Supergirl when I watched the show, to be honest. I mean I have a lot of Batman comics for Gotham, so there's that. I have a few Arrow comics, so if I want to read something Arrow, there's that. If I want to read something about the Flash, I have a few comics about that. So, but not many yeah, but the thing is, those are like, why, you have like many titles. For example, you have Batman Detective Comics, you have Batman Detective Comics, Batman Confidentials, Batman and Superman, for example. Then you have stuff then for Arrow, you have Green Arrow and Green Lantern. Flash, you have the Barry Allen Flash, Wally West Flash. So, there are a lot of variations. Normally, you don't have like a straight one, but here Preacher does have a straight one, so I am happy for that. And maybe one day I'll pick up the trades. So, yeah, really good. The acting was really well done. The writing was really, really well done, and I liked it as a whole. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed the episode, and yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.